Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I managed to get a hold of the new ATLS GEO, GEO, and got a couple of things for it, and we are going to do a little bit of testing with this, test out how it mines, how it operates, what sort of things we can do with this, and yeah, just see how this could affect the game going forward into 4.1. So if you want to see a little bit more of an in-depth guide and testing of the new variant of the ATLS, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, so first off, let me just explain briefly what the ATLS GEO is. I'll just call it the ATLS GEO from now on, just so because that's simpler. So this is a variant of the already existing Atlas power suit or mech suit, whatever you want to call it. The default variant has a tractor beam attachment on its arm that enables you to move cargo boxes easier. Now this is a mining variant of the Atlas, so it has a size 0 mining laser on this right arm, which is the same size of laser that the ROC and ROC DS mining vehicles have. The big difference is going to be with the ROC, you have a lot more storage space. This you have a lot less space to actually store stuff. So that's going to be the bigger difference. The other big thing is the Atlas GEO actually has maneuvering thrusters, so you can jump and boost. And so this is going to be for taking into like caves, especially the new Hathor caves with minables that some of them are only able to be mined by the ROC. This is going to be much easier to get in there and out of there than the ROC was before. With the ROC, you had to use the tractor beam, and it hardly ever worked, and it was really hard to do. But with the thrusters on this and able to maneuver a lot better, you can get around a lot easier. And also with the thrusters, you can get around a lot faster in this than the regular Atlas. The regular Atlas is way slow in comparison to this. So that is some of the major differences with this. It's got this nice kind of olive green paint scheme on it. I'm sure there'll be paints and stuff for it as well once this comes out in 4.1. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a tour of it. So like I said, on the right arm here, we have the mining laser, the little size 0 mining laser there. The left arm, I don't believe has anything specifically. The only thing I've noticed so far is there's this little hatch you can open up, and there is this Atlas power cell in here. So I assume, I don't think this is currently online, but in the future at some point, you'll have to have a supply of these power cells in order to actually power the suit. I don't know how long those will last, but you'll just have to probably keep a supply of those. The other thing that is very different with this compared to the base Atlas is it has this sort of backpack. I don't know what you'd call this entirely. I guess this backpack sort of thing that integrates several features into it. So one of them is going to be if we click open right here, the backpack opens up and exposes the actual container that minables will be stored in with it. So this was something that I had noticed was in some of the in-game shops, like cargo decks and things in previous updates, and it said it didn't have its proper name or description, but it just said it was something Atlas inventory. And I was like, I wonder if this will be able to snap to the back of the Atlas or something. So this is what it turns out that this is. So you'll be able to interchange these. So I have another one here, and we will test out switching those around in a little bit here. But that is going to be where the gems that you mine or the materials that you mine are going to be stored, and then you can swap those out once you get full. So that is the big thing with the backpack, and we can close that back up. Then we also have a deployable little weapon rack. I think this is primarily going to be for like a utility thing, so such as the multi-tool. We can place that in there, so it's just for like a pistol size thing. So I guess you could probably put a pistol there if you wanted, but that's primarily what this will be for. You can store your multi-tool there if you want, so we can do that. We can retract that. Now the other two things that I have not yet tested these. So on the left side here of the backpack, we'll notice there's a interaction prompt, and above that it says gadget, which I believe is referring to a mining gadget that you could put here. So what I did is I went and got a mining gadget. These are pretty common loot right now at the Hathor outpost in a lot of different loot crates. But you could also just go buy them at like refinery decks, at a lot of the Lagrange point stations. So let's go ahead and pull this out. For some reason it acts like I'm holding a gun when I pull it out. I don't really know why. It looks like we can place it, so let's go ahead and put that down. Boom. So looks like when we put that there, it gets put on the side right there. So now we have a gadget that then we could put on a deposit if we wanted. So there's a little bit of storage space for that. Now the other thing is going to be on the right side here. We have another interaction prompt, and we have, it says tractor right here, which makes me think, I was like, well, can we put like a tractor beam module on here? Because if that's the case, then like what even is the point of the base Atlas? Because that's what the base Atlas does. So I went and found the, let's see, the Ready Grip tractor module, which I assume is what would probably go on here. So let's see if maybe we can put this on here. I'm going to drop this. Okay, so actually I don't think I could drop this. It says only carryable items may be dropped. Well, then how am I supposed to put it on? Maybe this is something I'm only able to put on with, I don't know, like in the vehicle loadout manager, unless what this is meant to hold is like a max lift tractor beam, in which case I believe I have one. Let me go grab one real quick and let's try it out. Okay, here's our max lift tractor beam. Let's see, is this, okay. So I can understand this, because I guess if you didn't have, if you could just put a tractor beam module on there, and then suddenly this can use a tractor beam, then that literally like gets rid of the whole purpose of the base Atlas even existing. So looks like you can put a max lift there if you want, so you can have an additional utility slot. Let me just see by chance if I can put a regular weapon there. Let's see here. Nope. Okay, so it looks like this slot is only for the max lift tractor beam. Interesting. But yeah, so it looks like, so you got that slot for the tractor beam, and on the left side you got that slot for a mining gadget. So yeah, you got some nice utility spaces. Let's go ahead and let's hop in the Atlas, and I've just, I'm on Microtech, and I found a deposit of some of the new minables for the ROC, I guess now the ATLS GEO as well. So let's go do some mining and test this out a little bit. You can see it's pretty much the same, you know, animation as you get into the suit, but now we can see we have some mining HUD. And then also there's some additional slight UI elements here. These two don't appear to do anything at the moment. This looks like it'd be a health bar of some sort, maybe to indicate the health of the suit. This is probably an energy, you know, an energy readout. So that little battery that's in the left arm, this will go down as you get, you know, lower in battery. So when those will be, you know, actually working, who knows? The biggest one to pay attention to right now is this side right here. This is kind of like the bar that you have for your afterburner that, you know, recharges and shows when you're getting low and stuff. This is going to be the bar that indicates how much thruster power you have before it has to recharge. So I'll show you here in a second, but that's really the only one you need to pay attention to at the moment. So let's now go ahead and let's go grab a couple of rocks here. And before we do that, I guess we'll just move around for a minute. So to use the maneuvering thrusters, it's just going to be holding space. And you can see there, if we go up, that bar goes down. And then when you let go, it starts to recharge so that you can slow yourself down. So I believe I've heard of some people already that they like dropped from orbit from like 7 or 8 kilometers up, and you just use the thrusters to slow down, you know, right before you get to the ground, and you can land just fine. So these might make very good drop pods, kind of, for that sort of thing. So that's kind of the basics of moving with the ATLS or the ATLS GEO. Like I said, see, you can see it's just moving forward. It is much faster to get around with this than it is just walking around in this thing. So I think this is going to be a very, very popular little vehicle to get. So with that, let's go ahead and mine some rocks. We'll fill up the current little cargo crate we have, and then we will try switching out to the other one and then mine some more. Alright, we've got this scan, so this is glaucosite. We'll go ahead and mine. This is really nice, actually. This feels a lot easier than the ROC for some reason. Like, I can look around a lot easier. Let's switch to extraction mode. We don't have any sounds from what I'm hearing. Maybe we will get, like, some Argo sounds that play. Let's try the extraction mode. Wow, that's very quick. I don't know if that's just the server or something else. Okay, so after one ROC, let's see. Can we see our cargo? I think this bar right here indicates how full we are in cargo. So again, these boxes don't hold a ton. So just doing that, you know, we're a quarter of the way full after one ROC. So let's keep going a little bit here. Or are we? That goes to cargo. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's go ahead and go do another ROC, and let's just fill up this box. Right, let's grab this. Yeah, so that little, I'm seeing that little green bar fill up as we collect these gems. So yeah, that is what indicates that. Oh, we can scan. I wasn't sure about that, but you can scan while in the Atlas, so that helps highlight any gems you may have missed on the ground and things like that. Well, let's go ahead and fill this box up the rest of the way. Okay, and I actually just noticed, I don't think this had shown right before, but see right here down on the mining hut it actually shows, so we have our little cargo box, can hold 10, that's not micro SCU, it's whatever the next up SCU measurement is. It's like roughly 100k micro SCU, so that's like, you know, a large backpack or so worth of capacity. But see, we're already after 4 ROCs. We're about 3/4 of the way full. So we'll fill this up the last little bit, and then we're going to go try and switch out the boxes and see what that looks like. I'm noticing the color change. It's changed to orange as we got in full. I wonder if it turns to... Does it turn to red? No. But we are full on our box, so I think we got all the gems from that. So let's go ahead and go back to the ship real quick. Fly over. It has a nice little, when you land, hold on, let me do this one more time. The animation when you land, it seems to sort of mimic like, you know, when you jump down from like a high place and your knees kind of, you know, bend, you go down a little bit, and you have to kind of absorb the shock. It seems like that's kind of built into the animation. And it looks really nice. Okay, let's go inside and let's take this box out. Okay, I assume we can just grab it. Yep, so we can just grab it like this. I guess it moves you over kind of weird like that. And we can go set it down here. Then we can grab our other box. We just place it right there. And we close this back up. Bada bing, bada boom, we are back in business. Okay, let's go grab a couple more ROCs. And I was thinking about it, so for the mining, the gadget slot that you have on this, I think for these sort of ROCs, kind of the more standard ROCs you can get with the ATLS GEO, I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference to these. These seem pretty easy to crack. I have seen, though, with some of the new materials that are in the special Hathor laser caves, even with just like the hand mining tool on the FPS minables, they take a long time to crack those. And I haven't done it personally with the ROC, but I would imagine it's going to be a similar story. Like, those materials are just extremely difficult to mine. So being able to carry that gadget with you, you could bring that into the cave really easily, and then you can, you know, put that on the ROC you're trying to mine, and depending on which gadget you have, that should be able to make things a good amount easier for you in your, you know, efforts to mine that ROC. So that was just a little thought I had. Okay, looks like we have that second box filled as well. So I guess my one thing that I've noticed is it does seem like the little boxes you have do fill up pretty quickly. So you're going to want to have probably a good amount of them available to you. Possibly, if you're going into caves, maybe what you'd want to do is bring several down in with you first, and then bring the Atlas down in there, and then you can just swap them out while you're down there, and then when you're done, you can just tractor beam them up and out of the cave or something like that. That's probably going to be the easiest way to do it. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm noticing so far is those little boxes seem to fill up pretty quick. But yeah, I think there's definitely some ways you can deal with that, and it's not a super big deal. So that is going to be it for checking out the Atlas a little bit more in depth, the ATLS GEO. Again, this is a mining variant of the Atlas coming with 4.1. If I had to guess, so I believe the base Atlas was $40, which I believe was way too much. That thing should have been like 15, maybe 20 at the most. And I know a lot of people were not happy about that price. So then the question is, will CIG do anything different? Or with this being a mining variant and having more utility, will they make it like $45 or something like that? I don't know. I really hope they learned a lesson. Maybe make this like 20 bucks, 25 at the most. I wish they'd drop the price of the base Atlas. I really hope they do. But yeah, so I would guess if CIG feels like not being greedy, I would hope for 20 or 25. But honestly, more realistically, it's probably going to end up being like 40 or 45 or something like that. So kind of unfortunate, but I think it's probably just how it's going to go. So, I mean, you are getting a good amount of utility. But yeah, I still think it's a little bit too much or something like that. So let me know down in the comments what you think of the new ATLS GEO, especially after seeing a little bit of testing done with it. Do you think you're going to pick one up, or are you waiting to see on the price? Or just let me know your thoughts down in the comments. This has been Jojo, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.